was a problem years ago, and it's obviously come back. It's pretty bad. It's all across America. It's hitting small rural areas just as much as it is in the bigger cities. White male, dirty blonde, maybe even reddish, tinted hair, low cut. We have a pipeline running through Nash County in I-95. Why? We have a lot of narcotics that are trafficked up and down the interstate.
Oh man, step out for me, I got weed all in here.
We're not far from I-40, which runs east and west, coming out from Texas and going out to the coast here in North Carolina. My job is to stop the flow of narcotics into Nash County by making arrests.
What the
You have to keep the pressure on constantly.
That's 7 total.
I mean, it's a war. It's a drug war out there.
Christina came into the Nashville Police Department with her mother one afternoon, and she was obviously needing detox.
So did you use heroin?
Yes. Heroin, Roxy.
When was the last day to use heroin?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
We've had individuals come through our program. We've sent them to detox. They decided at that point they didn't want to follow through with their recovery. They returned to the streets, returned to using again, returned to a life of crime. Mom's here. Christina left the program after 72 hours, and she signed a against medical advice form. We did lose contact with her after that. It's extremely disappointing when an individual leaves under an AMA because we know that their chances of success to sustain their recovery are close to zero. If she does contact us again, we will help her through the process. I really do hope she makes it.
That's part of it, ain't it?
Yeah.
You'll hear from me before then, but I'm just saying. Sometimes it takes. I'm in favor of the task force. I have an officer that works on that task force as well. But the system doesn't differentiate between someone who has an intention of breaking the law and someone who has a disease. So, Shelley, just tell me why you're here, first of all.
I'm here, I have trafficking heroin charges.
Okay.
Basically, I was in a hotel room. I went to the room to see some friends and, of course, to get high, and I wasn't there 15 minutes, and the police came knocking on the door, and there was a guy in there that had a bunch of drugs, and he, set him on the bed. And basically, nobody would admit, whose it was, so they charged all of us with heroin.
The trafficking charges are pretty serious.
Yeah.
Now, when you were using, how many bags were you using a day?
When I started IV using, I was doing probably 20 a day, 20, 30.
I think I've probably only not been able to help one person that we've gone over there to the jail to work with. And there's a few questions that I usually ask individuals where I can get a pretty good gauge of whether or not they're just trying to say the right things and get out of jail and not follow through with a treatment plan. And so are you willing to go to a long-term treatment facility?
Yes, sir.
How long are you willing to go for?
Any amount of time. I'm ready to fix my life and,
Okay. So most of the places that we recommend individuals to go to are, they're anywhere from 6 months to 2 years long.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have a problem with any of those?
No,
okay.
Not at all.
Now, what kind of family support do you have?
None right now.
And why is that?
Because of the drugs.
Okay. Were you lying, stealing?
No, I've never stolen anything from my family, anything like that. They just do not approve of it.
Right. Do they understand the disease itself, or they just think it was a choice you made?
Just a choice.
Okay. In the meantime, I will get some applications for you to fill out for those facilities. And then if you get accepted, then we'll get a letter from them, and then we'll work on through your attorney to try to get your case handled. Usually, I say usually, they can do a couple things. They can defer your charges until you go complete a program, or they could try to get you to plead to a lesser charge, so not trafficking, but a possession charge, and then make it part of your probation that you go and complete the program. So there's all kinds of options out there, but like I said, I just need to be patient.
Okay.
All right? Just arresting people and putting them in jail is not going to solve any problems. They're not getting the help that they need in a jail, and then when they get released, they pretty much go back to using again and committing crimes in the community and not getting their lives back into recovery where they need to be.